Hello, this is Dr. Yates, and of course it's around Christmas, and I'm not going to say what year, so if we use this next year it won't date us. So it's around Christmas time, and that's why I see the Christmas plants. But I'm here with one of my favorite patients. This is Luke, and he's coming in for, what is this, 8 months now?
8 months, yes.
Coming in for his 8-month checkup. And we always tell people, come in 8 months, because 8 months is about the time where you should really start to really see results. 6 months is a little too early. 4 months, if you come in at 4 months and say, hey, Dr. Yates, is my hair growing? You know it's going to happen. We're just going to look at each other, and I'm going to say, yes, it is, because it's nothing for me to tell. So if you come in at 4 months, we'll just look at each other, maybe talk about world events, but there'll be no way I can make a determination of what's going to go on. 6 months, even better. 8 months is even better. So, Luke, when would you say that you probably saw the most growth or started to really believe what I said, that, hey, this hair transplant's going to work? About what month would you say?
I would say starting around probably the 6 month time. 6 months, 7 months is when it really started to come in a lot thicker.
Right. So, and that's about average. About 6 or 7 months, people are like, wow, I see the difference. The hair grows so slow. That's why we take detailed pictures. People can't really tell that they're gaining so much hair. But 8 months is about the time that we really want to see you back. Now, Luke is an interesting patient because he had a hair transplant elsewhere, then came to see me and wanted to see if we can do something to make the situation better. So Luke had 2,000 grafts, FUE to the frontal region, and he also had we had to actually remove some grafts that he had placed in the temple, because there's always the temptation. Everybody wants a rounded hairline, but we know that's no good. That's an adolescent hairline. So he had hair in here around it, so we kind of punched out that hair and recycled it and put it somewhere else. So zoom in on this picture. You get this, a picture's worth 1,000 words, but in Luke's case, it's worth way more than that. This picture is gold, because what this shows is that Luke's hair in this center area is very miniaturized. These are all grafts that are placed in the corner to give kind of that rounded look. Each one of these grafts, you can see they're spaced fairly far away from each other and probably have 4 to 6 hairs in them, which makes it, by all standards, too bulky. So what we did when we saw Luke, we first uncorked all these, actually removed each one of these one by one, and you'd be surprised, just from removing the hair in these corners here, we got about 200 to 300 grafts just doing that alone. Now, Luke, you probably haven't seen this picture in a while, but is this what your hair used to look like?
Yes, that's how, about a year ago, that's how
right.
my hair looked.
Now, that no one would ever say, look at Luke's hair now, and look at this. No one, if you were to look at this and then look at him, and you'd say, no way, trick photography, hold on, call somebody, because this can't be true. But this is actually true. And I want you to come in with the camera a little bit, Rob. So you can see Luke's hair now. You know, it's basically 2,000 grafts. We took all this hair that was in here. It still feels a little, you know, like you can feel some scar tissue in here from where we uncorked things, but it looks much better with, you know, a natural hairline in there. If he turns this way, the same thing. All this whole area in here was filled with prior grafts, so we had to punch each one of these out, divide the hair up, and replant throughout here. So at 8 months, I would say that this is a phenomenal success. Will it get thicker? Yes. It takes about 12 months to realize the final result, so we'll see this hair that he has that's grown out get thicker, and actually some more hair will grow in. But right now, as far as the way I'm going to grade myself for this one, I'm going to give myself an A. I'm going to give Luke an A too, because A+, you know, because he's been a great patient. He's been very patient with us. He has great aesthetics. His hair looks fantastic. He's done everything we've said. We've done PRP. We've done a whole lot of other things to kind of accentuate growth, and I think it's all working. So, Luke, correct me if I'm wrong. If you disagree with anything I say, you can say it now.
So far, I've agreed with everything. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll take that as a positive. So this is what we'll do. We'll see Luke again in approximately 2 months. That'll be 10 months. That'll be even better. We'll expect to see a little bit more hair and thicker hair, and we'll just take it from there. But overall, you know, with FUE method, you know, with scarless method in the back. I mean, he can wear his hair short. It looks great in the front. He's on his way to the races here. Looks great. So